Tokenization is the next biggest crypto narrative, and it's not slowing down. We have multiple reports coming out showing this, of course, that Goldman Sachs is to launch 3 tokenization products by the end of the year. You have Robinhood CEO Vlad Tenev coming out and saying tokenization next transition for the financial services. And of course, guys, we have Chainlink now advancing their trials for tokenization instead of months, now to days. They are fast tracking everything. This is all as, of course, you are watching tokenization explode. Treasury products are now almost at $2 billion. So in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the top tokenization plays as well as major announcements that are rolling out to this, because not only did an altcoin just surpass Blackrock in TVL for tokenized treasuries, there are so many platforms that are launching and absorbing and growing faster than ever despite markets pulling back lately. So I'm going to be giving you guys not only my favorite altcoins of this market, but as well as a stock play. Yes, a stock play. If you guys want to be able to access this, do things like that are more traditional markets. There is so much happening here. We're diving in. To start off the stream here, guys, check this out. Breaking news. Ondo has surpassed Securitize, which of course is Blackrock, in those tokenized market caps. So 521 million now. Securitize down to 519 million. Still growing here. But of course, Ondo has almost $100 million as well in Securitize. So Securitize has every reason to thank Ondo for its success. And again, Securitize is going to be BlackRock's product, but brought to you by none other than Chainlink. Yes, Chainlink is the one that is partnered with Securitize. So Chainlink is ushering a new turnkey solution for institutions looking to conduct tokenized trials in its latest development for tokenized industries. Chainlink has introduced a new digital asset sandbox, DAS, for financial institutions, which aims to accelerate the digital innovation. The Chainlink Digital Asset Sandbox addresses this need by enabling institutions to create rapid proof of concepts in days, not months, and leverage Chainlink's labs experience in research and development to bring these new use cases to life. There are 2 key areas we are seeing a lot of interest. The first being around cross-chain interoperability, which of course is the CCIP. The pilot was a great success. Another area we're seeing a lot of interest is bringing critical information about digital assets on-chain, such as NAV data here. Institutions need more access to blockchain technology. The institutional world needs access to this blockchain industry, and Chainlink is safe in a secure standard that has the capabilities to facilitate this on-chain infrastructure. This is incredibly bullish. There also is an article here saying tokenization will be a $16 trillion market cap. According to BCG here, $16 trillion. Guys, the tokenized market is not small. This is only growing more and more. And I had started telling you guys about this back when actually RWA.XYZ was at under a $100 million market cap. So it has almost 20x'd in the last 6 months, and it's not slowing down. So again, today I'm showing you guys my favorite altcoin picks. Now, of course, none of this is financial advice, guys, but we have been following this step by step every single way. And this is the sector. This is the narrative that I believe is going to be dominant across all narratives moving into 2025. Not just because every institution is jumping into this, but because I do believe that this is the next era of financial technology. This is where not only corporations have to move to. If you do not do this as a corporation or an institution or as a government, you are going to be obliterated in this new financial world. So check this out, okay? The first one up here, of course, is Ondo. I don't need to dive into Ondo too much. Ondo, you guys already know about this. I talk about Ondo all the time. We've been talking about it forever. But institutional grade finance that's now on chain. You can see here, 233 million in OUSG and 341 million in USDY. And of course, they're investing into institutions like BlackRock here, and have huge connections and leadership that stems from Goldman Sachs and BlackRock itself. All right. Now, the next one I'm going to talk about here, Securitize. I don't need to explain Chainlink. Chainlink is number 1. Ondo is number 2. Those are the heavy hitters. And then an infrastructure play you would want is Ethereum, right? That's what everything is building on top of. $1.4 billion of this is on ETH. Some is coming to Sol, but the big players here are Chainlink and Ondo. But I know you guys are degenerates. You want, what are the ones that have exponential gain? Which ones could do very well this bull cycle, and which ones should you be paying attention to as we approach this new narrative? Well, If you guys pay attention to the left-hand side here, you're going to notice that there's U.S. Treasuries, there's also private credit, and there's even private equity, real estate, and carbon credits all coming soon to this platform in rwa.xyz. I have man, hey, shout out to them. Maybe they'll see this video. Come sponsor us. I swear we're bringing all the traffic to this website, but this is insane. Okay, you want to be looking for the projects that are accessing all of these tokenized efforts, right? You want to access the products that are, of course, make it on chain here. So the one that we're going to talk about first here is going to be Swarm Markets. This is one we've talked about for a few months now. We mentioned it in the Telegram. It is absolutely exploding here over the last 30 days. You can see that it did have a pretty significant pullback, ran up in February, peaked in March right here, then started pulling back, dropped all the way down to 30 cents, and is now up over 100% in about the last month here from its bottom. 34, yes, all the way to 68 cents here. Now, for you guys that don't know, Swarm Markets is the gold standard for blockchain-based finance. Now, that is, of course, a marketing term here, marketing ploy. But they do trade real-world assets, RWAs, on-chain. You can get a hold of stocks, bonds, NVIDIA, gold, and have over $16 million now in backed assets. Of course, backed by Chainlink, Copper, and Polygon here. So I'm not going to do a massive deep dive into these. That is for you guys to go conduct your own research. I am just giving the juice on the ones that I'm watching. Now, I do hold Swarm Markets here, but the next one I'm going to show you, I do not actually hold. I do hold Truflation. I do not hold TrueFi. But TrueFi is another tokenized play here that we're going to want to pay attention to. It is making credit more accessible. So if you remember when I just showed you guys on the side here, private credit, okay? Private credit is exploding. Check this out. If we click on private credit, it is just like the tokenized treasury markets. You have number one. Number one is going to be Figure here. Figure has been taking up this massive, massive growth. It is billions of dollars in private credit that is now tokenized here, almost $8 billion worth. But of course, they don't have a token, but they give you access to crypto to borrow and lend against your Bitcoin and Ethereum. Private credit and tokenized credit is only going to become more dominant as we adopt Bitcoin. The biggest players here, Centrifuge, Maple, Goldfinch, Credix, and TrueFi. Now, Credix, we're not going to talk too much about here. It is on Solana, but it is the only Solana play. So something you might want to pay attention to. Maple here, we've covered a few times in the past. And then, of course, Centrifuge. Centrifuge, I actually did, this was supposed to be the first one we covered because it was bigger by market cap, but a $254 million market cap. That is, again, better technology for financial products. This is tokenizing real world assets. So this is going to be bringing in lower cost of capital, DeFi liquidity access, everything we've been talking about over the last few months. And what I wanted to point out here, here's a Maker. This integration not only advances DeFi, but is also bringing many benefits to MakerDAO's ecosystem. So there is a collaboration here with Maker who's bringing over $1 billion, $1 billion to tokenize treasuries here in just a month. So I would be paying very, very close attention to here. So Centrifuge, I do not have CFG. There's no partnership here, but it is one that I've added to the watch list. Now, TrueFi, again, make the most of your TUSD. TrueFi is making credit more accessible, transparent, and programmable by bringing debt infrastructure on-chain, backed by Andreessen Horowitz, of course, A116Z. A super clean platform, super easy liquidity pools. Again, can borrow, lend, and access that credit, which has become more and more dominant as we see these institutions tokenize all their treasuries. Here's Figure here, the largest private credit platform out there. They do not have a token, at least that I have been able to find. Maybe I've missed something that you guys have seen for me, but either way, they are focusing on just bringing a lot more private credit for the Web3 ecosystem. Now, again, no token just yet, but something I would pay attention to, right? Because they are bringing a lot of the value on chain here. I mean, it is up into the right. Billions upon billions of dollars now accessing that private credit market. You can see that it's in real estate, it's in auto, it's in carbon projects, it's in consumer. They're accessing all points of this. At $8.44 billion in loans, absolutely insane for active loans. Absolutely insane. So next up here, guys, we have, here's Figure Markets. And again, I wanted to point this out to you. You can borrow against your Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is going to be the most important narrative for this reason. Okay, as we get Bitcoin adopted, and this is, if you don't see this coming, I hope this video explains it to you. As Bitcoin becomes maybe a global reserve asset, maybe they back the US dollar like Trump's saying here, whatever the outcome is, as institutions pour into this, as they add it to their balance sheets, as they add it to their treasuries, these corporations are going to be able to want to borrow and lend against that, which is what makes these so important. So Centrifuge, of course, being there. And then this leads us to the next part of this. where they're being built. Now, of course, some of you have probably heard of Mantra already, OM. I am not going to say jump into this project whatsoever. It is up 100%, 100x this cycle. It went from 2 pennies, I think even 1 penny at one point, all the way to $1.27. Man, this is the Polygon-matic of this cycle, but it's a layer 1. Right? It's bringing the world's financial ecosystem on chain. It is the first RWA layer 1 blockchain capable of adherence to real world regulatory requirements. I think Chainlink's going to grab some of this ecosystem, but shout out to Mantra. They've been absolutely crushing it. Would love to actually their ecosystem's growing here. But OM, now a top 100 project, up over 100 exacycles, absolutely insane. Now, I'm going to be giving you one more bonus pick here, and that is going to be Realio, which is going to be a private equity digital play. Now, Realio, much smaller market cap. When you go to rwa.xyz, look at the private equity tag company, guys. This is one of the largest private equity plays I've seen. They have over $5 million in volume already. Really good, market participation over the last couple of cycles. And as a project that I am adding to that watch list, I do not own this project. It's not a partnership in any single way. This is that alpha pick for you guys today when I'm saying, okay, look, guys, private equity is coming. Tokenization is coming. Private credit, your tokenized real estate, your tokenized commodities. It is coming. Realio is going to have a first mover's advantage here. Really clean website, a strong DeFi play, and been around for quite a minute. So I'd pay attention to that. I'm excited to talk about DeFi technologies and the futures of Near Protocol, Internet Computer Protocol, Hedera Hashgraph, Core, some of your favorite altcoins on the market, and what is a brand new partnership here at Discover Crypto that is actually bridging us over into the TradFi world. Today, yes, we are actually going to be talking about a stock as well as DeFi Technologies, the company behind all of the advancements in exchange traded products. Guys, as we evolve towards this world of course, tokenization and TradFi entering this space, it is very important that we help advocate for, of course, the future of these finances and these protocols. So if you guys are a fan of Near Protocol, if you're a fan of Hedera, in fact, if you're a fan of really any of these listed products out these or these listed cryptos out there, it could be Polkadot, Cardano, Solana, Avalanche, the list goes on here, Ripple, XRP, BNB. DeFi Technologies is an institutional grade exposure to digital assets, and they are spearheading the entire initiative to bring TradFi to crypto. So let's talk about them a little bit today and tell you guys, why we're excited to be working with them and why you guys should be following them on X. The link will be in the description below, and helping pursue ETPs for your favorite cryptos out there. DeFi Technologies, guys, is a company, a financial technology company that pioneers the convergence of TradFi capital markets with the world of DeFi. And they are pleased to announce none other than their decentralized finance, Valor Digital Securities Limited, together Valor, a leading issuer of exchange-traded products, ETPs that provide a simplified access to digital assets, and has launched an ETP for Near Protocol token on Spotlight stock market in Sweden. So Near Protocol right here, guys. Now, of course, these markets are looking more bullish than ever. If you guys are looking at Bitcoin or Ethereum, we touched $67,000 today, and we have Donald Trump with, of course, the Ethereum ETF being released next week, speaking next week. A lot of bullish activity in these markets. Solana almost at $170. XRP ran up over 60 cents today, back down to 57 cents. But these cryptos, guys, we need the access to exchange-traded funds, ETFs. Usually we see the exchange-traded products, whether they're in Australia, Sweden, London, Toronto, they progress into, of course, these ETFs. So seeing them a part of these portfolios is extremely bullish, especially when DeFi Technologies, they're not only launching these ETPs, they are setting a new kind of standard for corporations in the crypto market as well as TradFi. They are diversifying their treasury holdings. Now, a lot of companies, guys, they've been adding Bitcoin to their balance sheets. For example, of course, you have in the last 5 years, they just added Bitcoin to their balance sheets. It brings a lot of volume and attention to these markets, especially if you're a stock or crypto that is pursuing that treasury market. This is because people realize that the United States dollar, of course, is depleting. It is being, it's inflating at unprecedented paces, and it is losing its value and its status of a currency. Now, I don't expect the US dollar to collapse at all, but Donald Trump has talked about with JD Vance, two very pro-presidential candidates, about backing the US dollar by Bitcoin by bringing much, more pro-Bitcoin legislation and deregulation to the United States. And that's only going to make corporations and institutions want to access those markets even more. So seeing companies out here like DeFi Technologies allow these corporations to expand not just into Bitcoin, but in this case, Solana and even Core, it just shows the value that is being driven here, because as companies, of course, add Bitcoin to their balance sheets, they're going to either want to do something with that Bitcoin, borrow or loan against it, but they're also going to want to access other cryptos on that market. And you can only do that, essentially, there may be ETPs or ETFs. And in this case, DeFi Technology is doing it with both Solana and Core DAO. And guess what? They're staking. They're staking their Core DAO, one of Bitcoin's largest ecosystem plays. They are staking it, which is insane to see. Now, they are sitting roughly at a $400 or $500 million market cap. So very, very early in terms of a firm that has added this type of treasury to their balance sheets. And they have also been responsible for, of course, launching Hedera's first ETP on this spotlight stock market. And they're not slowing down. This is a company that has an advisor you guys may know of, Anthony Pompliano, the Pomp himself. We'll put him on the screen for you guys. But they've been crushing it. Month after month, they keep doing things. So March 2021, they launched the first fee-free Ethereum ETP and had a strategic partnership with Hive Blockchain, which, of course, the CEO of Hive Blockchain is very much involved with. A launch of Cardano and Polkadot. So Polkadot and Cardano, some of your guys' favorite part as well. They were one of the first launches of those ETPs as well. Solana, they list the ETPs on Frankfurt Stock Exchange, launched the world's first Uniswap ETP, again, your largest DEX on top of Ethereum, listing of ETPs on Euronext Paris and Amsterdam. In 2022, Valor approved for, of course, Swiss VQ membership, which is massive, and their Engine and Cosmos ETPs launched on the Frankfurt Stock Exchange. You can even fast forward to September, where they debuted a Bitcoin carbon neutral exchange traded product on Börse Frankfurt here in Germany, and then they had a partnership with the Swedish index provider Vinter to launch Valor's first multi-asset crypto ETP. But of course, let's fast forward to what they're doing today, and you can see that DeFi Technologies just acquired leading OTC desk and digital asset liquidity provider Stillman Digital, and Valor announced launch of the world's first traded product for Near Protocol. This comes after in June, the Hashgraph Association celebrated success of the world's first Hedera ETP in Frankfurt. Very, very bullish for a lot of these altcoins on the market. So again, a quick shout out to, of course, DeFi Technologies here. Here at Discover Crypto, we're focusing on delivering bigger and better partnerships for you guys to help build not only the Web3 industry, but of course, bridge traditional finance over to this space. So make sure you guys go give them a follow over on Twitter. Make sure you guys go check out their products. But most importantly, like, retweet, and comment on all of the announcements of their ETPs, because these are the first issuers, or even, potentially the first step towards getting those exchange traded products for both your large cap cryptos like Near, of course, Hedera and Polkadot, but even altcoins to come.